let's get together. Stop all this fussing and fighting. Let's love one another. You gotta help your
ladies
father,
and gentlemen,
help your mother.
welcome to an informal press meet, question and answer session of the third annual Guyanese Music Awards. But before we get into this, of course, let me wish you a happy new year, and of course and a prosperous one as well. And the fact that you could have taken time off to get here today is much appreciated, and we don't want to waste your time, so we're going to get about what we have to do, and we get about it in a very brief way. And in addition to that, we're going to try to be as informative as we can at this point in time, because bear in mind that what we are doing here in terms of the two events, because one is going to be the third annual music award and the Guyana Fest that Sherlock is going to expound some more on. We're going to try to give you as much information as we can, so that you can at least satisfy your curiosity to whatever level that curiosity may be. So I'm going to turn you over to Sherlock Shepherd, who has been involved in this event and this is going to be for the third year. So without any further ado, Sherlock.
Yes, good evening once again to everybody. Like, you know, just mentioned I don't have to have a flyer because I'm part of the production and the whole idea right behind the Music Awards. For those who don't know, the Music Awards started in Toronto, Canada here in 2008. When we first came up with the Music Awards, I decided, because it's going to be the force of such an event for Guyanese in the music industry, I thought of starting with the pioneers, the people who start the music. At the first award, we honor people like Auntie Comsi, Abraman, Pamela Maynard. These are people who we find was the founders of it. A Guyana Music Award has to be done in Guyana. Because first of all, definitely we know all Guyanese from all geographies of the world cannot reach Canada. And it will be biased if I continue keeping it in Canada for people who cannot reach here. So we decided to take it to Guyana in 2010. 2010 we said it's a Guyana International Music Awards. The reason why it's international, because it's Guyanese from all walks of life. No matter part of the world you are, once you're a Guyanese and you sing, all categories of music. Our award has from chutney, gospel, soca, reggae, funk, R&B, Indian music, everything male and female categories in all the categories of music that we know about, except country and western, which Guyanese don't really do a lot. I can't say they don't, but I can say don't do a lot. Even after I went home recently, I realized that they even have Guyanese singing classic music. So what we make sure happen, we make sure the music award came off at Culture Center in 2010. But the Music Splash, which is a festival we plan to do the day before the award every year, the Guyana Music Splash Fest, this event. Because the Guyanese people home don't know a lot about the Guyanese abroad. And for myself, I know of a lot of Guyanese living in different countries around this world who really up in the industry right now, that doing real well and performing in whatever country they are. And every Guyanese or every artist, wherever country you come from, whatever part of the world you are, your dream, once you start getting up there, your dream is to go home and perform in front of your own crowd. That's one of your biggest dreams as an artist living abroad in any country. So you find that we realize that this is what we have to do. We have to take it back home. But make sure the award go off, because as a young man doing promotion for 32 years, I learned that no matter what's going on, when you plan an event, if you have 5 people in the audience, make sure that event come off. That's when you prove that you're a real promoter. Don't worry.
Yeah, man.
Make sure the event come off even if there's 5 people in the audience.
Well,
that's what I learned in this business. It's 32 years I'm being promotion. I'm doing it from bottommost parties in Georgetown, Guyana, right up to where I am today. Honor people in the business from before. That's where we honor S.D. Rockcliffe from Aruba Singers. We honor this man that is in the orphanage right now down there. Johnny Braff and all these people. A lot of them we honor down there too, but it was just honoring again. We had a little competition. I call it competition because if you're running for an award, it's like you're competing against your other in whatever category you are. But with all that being said, with the change of government now and we decide where we're going to go, it seems as though it was the best thing we did this time. Because I just came back from Guyana like 2 weeks ago, where I went and tried to make sure I get this thing endorsed with the government and so on, and which everything went well. Government, Minister of Tourism have endorsed the awards. They decide that they're going to put it for the 1st of May to start off the 50th independent anniversary that they have in the Red Carpet Award at Culture Center will be the first day of that month, because it's for the whole month of May. There'll be activities. That's for the whole independence celebration. So we'll be starting off the 50th independent month. So the government's on board, Fly Jamaica is on board, and we got a few sponsors who are there with us that was never there before. With that being said, the purpose here today is because we have 70-something artists. You know, and I still hear every day, get on a call and hear, you hear about Pat in England? This guy, Miss Girl, she's doing good. Pat got a man in Germany. I still hearing about more. We already have something that has to break down to about 35. Because for the Sun Splash at the stadium, which will be the Saturday, 30th of April, like I said, my intention was for the Guyanese people get to hear the artists, them who's coming in from abroad. Because most of them home don't know these people. And if, let's say, all the Guyanese who come in from abroad happen to win the awards in the various categories, we don't want it to look like a bias or a friend or a foreigner, nothing. So I would want them to listen and hear these artists. But now, they're saying it's impossible for the Guyanese artists going in about 20-something, or nearly 30 so far from the different countries, going in and no Guyanese can't sing. It's impossible, the ones home. So now, we got about 30 of them home who sing. And we got about 30 going in, and I still hear him on name. But only about 30 to 35 came so far. Even to that, they're telling me it's too much. The government trying to tell me I must work with 20. But again, everybody dream, want to do something. We know everybody cannot perform. But if a man and they're abroad and flying in back home, in my best interest, I would like to know even if it's a song or 3 work. Because I know the entertainment industry. There's the man going home for this we like to do. So it's real hard, and I'm still fighting them. Because for myself, I would have worked with 50 artists or more. What I would have done first, because if you got 50 artists, definitely you've got the 10, 50 who is not 2 up there. But it's artists, and you don't want to throw them aside. I would have given the first 10 to 15 artists 5 minutes each working with track. My show started at 6. By the time 8, I done got 15 artists, done work 20 artists, and run 10. But the government trying to tell me, no, this thing, of course they knows nothing about this industry. That's right. You understand? So now I'm trying to convince them 20 is impossible to come from 70-something to 20. It's impossible. If that has to be it, you guys bite off the space like this thing are going. It don't work like that. So I'm working on like 35, depends on how it's going. So we do have argument that. But all the artists that are going in from the different countries, I'm trying to make sure that they get to perform. Because like I just said, it's all the different categories of music we have. And no matter where you are, once you're a born Guyanese, we have a website which we'll be discussing and so on, you know about, where all artists will have to log into the website. Once you're interested in knowing if you'll be there for an award or not, when you log into the website, you'll get everything happening there. You're sending your video, your bio, 3 songs. Any artist can enter in more than 1 category. Some people sing soca plus chutney. Some people soca and reggae. So there's no segment, only one you can go. You can go in 3 categories, 4, how much? But 3 songs to a category, each artist. And any artist with sense is going to make sure they send the best 3 songs. Just like you see in movies. Sometimes when you see the trailer for a movie, when you go, you suck your teeth when you don't see the movie because you realize everything was in the trailer. It's the same thing if you're going to send 3 songs to see if you're going to get nominated for an award. You're supposed to make sure. If you're sure where's your best 3, get your friend them for listening. Let them help decide where's your best 3. Because this 3 is all we want to see. And 3 professional songs in every category. Your video, your music, your bike, it will all be on the website in which you have to send in which we have professional music. I'm going to tell you guys, one of the judges will be Eddie Grant, brother Woody Grant, who will be listening to music. I have an ex-Indian producer in America, Guyanese. Those guys producing, these are some of the people who will be listening. the music, checking your website. You gotta send in all the email so these guys could go and see what was going on, so they can know if you'll be nominated. So the award, the events coming up will be the 30th, Saturday the 30th of April 2016, and that will be at the stadium on the East Bank, Georgetown. We honoring there, because Guyana main music is reggae and soca. We plan to honor a Trinidadian, which is the founder of soca. Jamaica is the founder of reggae. We plan to honor a Jamaican and a Trinidadian every year. Also with that, we see it as bringing in the Caribbean a little into the Guyana award, getting them involved. So this year coming, we'll be honoring Marcia Griffith, Ken Booth, and the Studio One Band. If you know of the Studio One Band, it is the One Drop Band who started One Drop rhythm from the beginning, since in the 60s with Bob Marley, since Bob Marley was bald and so on. We have two bands backing the artists, which is Heatwave Band and Iris Band. The band then will be backing 15 artists each. Studio One, depends on how much artists we get into work, they will back a 10. Depends on how much artists we have. If they got to work, they're going to do that. This is the first time we had an opportunity to even have a press conference in this thing going on, because artists should work more with promoters like myself to make events like these happen. This is like a plant. Award is not a party. This is like a plant. It's an annual event. Every year it gets better and it grows. Next year, sometime for the press conference, might be in a hall. Artists might do a tune or something. It grows. That's what an award is. It's a party. I can keep a party like 40 seconds. There's nothing. That's where I come from. But when we reach this level now, for myself, you might see I'm talking here, but myself, for me alone can't make this happen. It's impossible. Whether financially, whether physically. I have committee. I have members. Mr. Wilchie just here speak to you. This is one of the directors in Canada. We have Russell and Castin Georgetown, Guyana, there's one of the directors there. We have a guy named Mark James in America, there's one of the directors there, who have like 4 or 5 people working with them to make this happen. It's impossible for I to stand in front of you guys here right now and say that I am the man doing this. No, boss. Like I said, this press conference here today, Sunday press conference in Brooklyn, New York. Next week, I'm supposed to be in France to meet the guys from England, France, Paris, Guyana, and everything's supposed to come there on the 25th press conference in Georgetown. Before I do promotions, it never reached to this levels, but I'm well aware it's something that grows, and I prepare for that. That's why I can stand here now and talk like this, because I know where it's coming from, and I know where I'm going. But with the help of everybody, I know I can reach to that pinnacle. Guyana to them is the virgin country music right now, because I already hear they saying that. Guyana is going to be the new frontier for music. There are many Guyanese artists singing abroad. Natural Black sing abroad, Eddie Grant sing abroad, Joe Mummy all them. But nobody never bust out of Guyana. They had to leave Guyana to get up in the industry. So our intention is to make sure that this be the new frontier of music. We want Guyanese busting from in Guyana. In Guyana. You don't must not have to leave Guyana to bust. But this award and these events can make these things happen. This event can take us to that level out there. Right now I think I talk enough. I don't want nobody get too bored and thing. Feel free to ask any question you'd like to ask.
Good question. You say you have to break down the amounts in terms of artists for the splash, right? For the fest, the international
Yes,
fest.
that's for the
Is
fest.
it going to be the same amount of artists on the awards, or are you going to
No.
cut that down further?
The awards is a total different thing.
That's
The awards
not
is just about 10 acts. The awards is real professional acts in between presentations of the different categories. You understand? That's just about 10 acts. Nothing of that magnitude of artists.
Apart from the 2 main shows down there, which is the awards and the International Music Festival, are there going to be other shows set up for the artists in Guyana?
Well, our intention is to do that, and because we have a lot of time, I'll be back in Guyana on the 15th of January, and but once we get the 2 dates, we get everything off the hook. Our intention is to have something in Linden, and this guy who just built a resort in off Bartica there is a good friend of mine, and he would like some of the artists to do a show at his place, at that resort. But I don't want to talk too much when I go down now and everything tighten up. That's when I take it to the next level.
So
everything happening, people will be updated on the website. Everything will be going there so fast. Something new happening.
don't know
Besides
if
that.
my final question makes sense.
No,
But
any
therefore,
question, feel free.
if you don't know that yet, you won't have an idea of how much time is going to be required of us down there. Is it a weekend? Is it a week? Is it
Well,
is it 2 weeks?
we are getting a discount fare from the airline. Fly Jamaica. I have an opportunity for 30 RTs from Fly Jamaica at a very lower cost. But also, they will be dropping the fare for everybody who's flying in that period of time for the awards. That's what Fly Jamaica. But in terms of the time, like I said, I can't say right away now. I don't want to do that. But we were looking at a week before that event, which it is advised that no show should happen before the actual big thing. Anything
Right,
happening should be
right.
after them.
Makes sense.
So they say if we're gonna look at something, we should look at from that date 2 weeks prior to that. So if it's a 2 week, we'll be there for
Oh, okay.
from the 30th, like the 14th of May.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So what you're saying is the artists can't put on any shows in Guyana. Like let's say,
No,
let's
not
say
the artists, not the artists. Us, the producer.
Oh, okay.
Right.
But let's say if I'm going to Guyana and I want to do a show like maybe
Yeah, man, right away. We want the people know you.
a few days before.
Yeah,
whatever it
man,
is.
no problem at all.
So they are
It's just
so
that
long?
we, the producers, knowing that that is our main event, we decide that we should leave that for anything after that. Because that's our main event. But if an artist is down there, 2, 3 artists, and somebody got a show putting on, and they, yeah, right away. you
Okay,
go.
but does it make sense? Because if you're focusing on the awards and the fest, and you perform before and you're an artist on the fest or the splash, some people might say they don't see already.
No.
Don't think?
I don't look at it like that. The reason why I wouldn't look at it like that, because remember, we want the Guyanese people to know these artists, who's going in. And the more they can get to see you, it'll be better for us. Before the actual splash.
Okay.
So they will know it's no friend thing and no bias thing, or because you come from foreign if you're to win an award. You understand what I'm saying? So,
Okay.
they can perform how much they want, no problem.
This way we can promote.
That's what I'm saying.
Tell you what,
That's
I
right.
So-
really come here for this award
XYZ.
show. You know, this is a little thing, but
Things
tomorrow
that-
night or whatever it is,
Okay.
it's really the big thing that we really come in Guyana to do.
That's correct. Very good.
This
Very
is
good.
the
idea.
national park, blah 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 blah. And you kind of promote it.
Correct as right.
Same way.
Appreciate that. Anybody else? Question?
Is the process of selecting the artists from the 70 or how many of the artists you have, is that a voted process, or is that strategic producers and your board or your committee that will select those 35 that you want to narrow it down to?
Well, that process, the last time we went in for awards, we had about 15 Guyanese from different countries went with us. And we think it's utmost fair to make sure that 15 is on the list, first of all. Secondly, the rest of artists, I think, will be from the judges who you nominated for your awards, because those people should be the people getting first preference. Because when you're sending these information and the judges them look at it, first of all, they can know if you're nominated or if you cancel. So if you're not nominated, we don't have to even study you being there. So we're able to get in it breakdown even before the actual time reach. You understand? Everybody, when they sending thing, once you're nominated, we gotta think about you being there. You're supposed to be there once you're nominated for an award. You're supposed to perform. So that's what we're looking at.
That's just nominated. Then what after that? How do you make the final selection?
No, the judges will make the final selection for the winner in the various categories.
Okay, so nothing is voted.
Nothing is voted because voting today we gotta realize that if I'm gonna put a 1-800 number or I'm gonna put a special part of the website saying that vote for your favorite fan here now. I'm an artist. I can vote for myself 100 times. So even though technology is good as bad, we don't want no flaws and cheating here.
There is
Am I
a way you
making
can stop
sense?
that.
How you can stop that?
Oh yeah, there's people
Limit
who
the
have
vote
awards
numbers
that
or
you can only vote one time. It recognizes the search engine recognizes unless you there's another way to
I could
cheat
go to
that
all
too.
different
You got
things,
to have
internet,
different
and I tell you, I know what time it
computers
is.
and things.
Today, believe you me, this is the experience. I'm speaking of everything. Most of it is experience.
So if you were nominated,
Why are we using the mic? Because they record.
Yes.
They work better.
if you were nominated and you can't make it to go down, where that leave you?
That's no problem at all. Once you're nominated, you will have in your email, we'll send you and let you know you're nominated. And if you are winning the category, we will send you something there. You must have a family or something who would able to pick the board up for you. They will have the pass and get whatever you're supposed to get.
Now, are artists allowed to have sponsors, and would these sponsors be recognized in Guyana? Like let's say a man decided, all right, here up, I gonna sponsor this man ticket. All right, as a business, I want to sponsor him for that particular thing in Canada. Would they be recognized in Guyana?
Very good question. If you give me, if an artist right now can give me the sponsor, they don't have to sponsor the show, they're sponsoring you, but you're an artist in the show. We would even advertise him on our flyers and our brochure and banner and everything. We take it to that levels for them. Once they're making any one of you guys a part of this thing to make it right, we ready to work with them. Straight like that. Maybe they wouldn't sponsor you this year, maybe the other award will sponsor something for the thing. So we working, no problem at all.
So if one artist got like 4 or 5 sponsors, right? And we have all the artists at 4 or 5 sponsors. You're gonna put all these sponsors on the flyer, on your flyer, or is it the artist's responsibility to promote their sponsors in T-shirts and whatever else they do?
Well, artists will promote their sponsors, but I suppose if you got 4 or 5 sponsors, you're gonna give me a 1 or 2 that you really would like to know get such a priority in terms of advertisement.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Well, it's the whole promotional thing, you know what I mean? It come back to the Guyana Awards and it promoting the Guyana Awards. So
absolutely,
all roads lead to the Guyana Awards. So it's a plus for the Guyana Awards.
Pitch in.
You put them wherever they could get. If they sponsor 2 people, you know what I mean, you work it out so they get, you know.
Yeah,
everybody involved is
right
the
forward.
Everybody involved we working with, man. Trust me.
That's not just a performance.
No,
It supports
no.
the supporting the organization,
yeah,
supporting the awards.
Yeah, man.
Instead of everyone pulling out.
Like at the culture center now, with the red carpet thing. Soon as you walk in the culture center, right around there, you'll have different banners of different sponsors.
Okay.
Like the videos, them, the TV, them, everybody will be there taking interviews while you're walking, but there'll be banner right around inside there in front.
Sponsors.
You just take the initiation, man. Initiative, force move, and that's it.
That's it, man, you know?
Followers just follow.
You know what I'm saying?
Next year might be bigger.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's all I'm going
A
at.
promoter today might, a sponsor today might be somebody else better for you next year.
That's what I just said to my man. Maybe sponsor this year, maybe next year you do something for the award. So
That's right.
I do ready to work with them. And once they're ready to make it happen, you're ready to work with them like that.
Bringing everybody together too, you know.
Very, very, very important. Especially look, for instance, right here.
Yeah.
Right here. You guys, few people might know, few people don't even know somebody here. But then we meet. And for meeting one time, you know the entertainment industry goes, you meet one time something, you gotta show you say, yo, Rasta that thing I roll up with 2, 3 man.
Yep.
Cause you just connect, we become one now, right? That's how the entertainment goes.
So you have, do you have, other than the government of Guyana, do you have any other major sponsors that's like,
Banks, VIH, they sell GT&T, everybody.
and the artists
Once
like
in a while.
myself, I don't have family in Guyana. I just go there to do whatever I gotta do and then come back out 2-3 days, whatever it is. Now you have like special rates on a hotel that the artists could be staying at.
I got 4 to 5 hotels that we're working on, and we are trying to get the rentals to connect with them, because we want to do it like how you do it here. If you can book out, they can get car to use right away and so on. So we're putting it together straight like that.
Nice.
We got bring down, sleep there, we got about 4 or 5 of them to give us that discount rate.
Maybe it makes sense to work with those great artists and give them some performance, maybe a little lunch, and you have a little something, you know, excitement.
That's upon the artist and the hotel. Because remember now, artists is artists and artists is working everywhere you go.
No, but the
Nah,
award could work it in a way, it bring down the hotel costs. And, so you work it where you have, you know what I mean? Some artists come, might have a 1 man who could come and, because it's excitement. It's like them awards where you find all them different clubs have something happening while it's the main award happening, you know, it creates a nice buzz, you know. Lands could support.
Very good.
Yeah.
Alright, one more quick question. How long advance do we need to give you, or do you need to give us before we know we go into Guyana? Because, you know, everybody here, we're doing music, but We still have a walk.
No, correct, right?
Right?
Like myself.
Still
you know what I'm
walking.
saying? They-
So how long advance would we get so that we can book off and make arrangements?
the
and
site will
everything
be,
else?
well, we're gonna have everything before the end of this month. Definitely. But like I said, before everybody leave, I'm gonna make sure we got everybody email and numbers together. So when we send a blast, everybody get it.
So we
But
need to be
before-
there a week prior to the event, or
What's that?
we need to be there a week prior to the event, or 2 weeks?
I say a week prior.
A week.
A week prior. But 2 weeks after the event. Because like I said, Lyndon and the guy,
Or 2
the
weeks
Babu,
after
So
the
you
event.
saying a
we
month?
need to stay 2 weeks after. the
Really?
event.
So 3 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay, week.
So if you're staying 2 weeks after the event,
3
there's-
weeks,
there's
3
3
weeks.
weeks.
3
We
weeks.
come, no, we stay 3 weeks.
So
the
2
week
weeks.
and the next
And
week.
the next week.
Oh,
Okay.
Guys,
Okay.
Babu, I know,
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say hello Babu. The man who build him is in Bartica there. There's the same guy build the scope on Sheriff Street who got the club spinning top. It near done now. It's the same man. It's a man from Bartica, but it's the building. And Linden is a very, very serious music
How
town.
about Barbies?
And their man, definitely, you understand. Well, you see, I would like to go Barbies, Maddy, and every way. We mustn't waste no time. Even if we can got a next show in Maddy or something, it must happen within that 2 weeks. If we got 3-4 shows, it must not come out of 2 weeks bracket.
Right.
Because people gotta go back to family.
Yeah.
You understand? That's how I intend program it. So if a man need a show bad, you could say Wednesday or Thursday, you go Barbies, no problem. Once you do your thing, I make sure, cause with those out of town shows, I personally really looking for know that. I would like to know the artists them here for perform, and whoever I put to do it, look, make sure the artists them are right. That's my main objective with the shows them until I get everything balanced, because this alone is not a little bit headache for me. So me playing like me ain't gonna run it wild. I gonna make sure I put people in place that can do these things and let it take care of it. So I would look at it from the 30th to about the 40th, which should be that 2 weeks. And I can try to pack everything that we're going to do within that time. And the government all want us to do some performance before we leave and all those things. We're supposed to get Kimani Marley because we want to honor Bob Marley too. So we trying to get Kimani Marley to come for Bob Marley Award, where we will be performing too, under the same levels, you know?
Okay. We just need a date when the website gonna be up and running, so we can start sending our
Website
stuff.
will be up and running on Monday.
So we can start sending our
I
stuff in.
will send out the blast on Sunday, like I said before everybody leave. We're gonna make sure we got the emails.
Email and
On
stuff.
Sunday we'll send the blast, everybody
Okay.
gone straight to that right away.
So that's how we'll get your website when you send out the blast?
Yes,
Oh.
no, before you leave,
Oh,
you can
before
write on the
we'll get
website,
it.
just so
Okay.
we take your email right there.
YonMusicAwards.com is right there.
Yes, this is the website,
I
right at
think
the
it's
bottom
on
of the
this
flyer.
paper. isn't
So
it?
one more question.
No
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
but ask 10 more. I
You
will
want
just,
paper?
if we choose get dry, we'll just take a
The,
drink
the,
while you ask, but
the songs them that we gonna have to send out, it's gotta be 2016 music that
no,
we put
sorry.
out. Or you
No,
got
sorry.
put out
Now
song that I
remember,
made.
our last award was 2010. So you got from the last 5 years thing, you could join the podcast, but nothing going on for Guyana.
Right.
And remember, this is an award. They're not show. You could bring all the old food
Yeah.
and eat them at this
Share
award.
the best one.
You understand? You could take
Today
that.
might be tomorrow's nominee.
Yeah. With
Today performer will be tomorrow's nominee.
But from the next award now, it's when it's gonna be an annual thing.
Right.
Only we're doing the year.
Right, new thing now.
This award you get a little price, cause you can go back 3-4 years back and bring up old food and eat.
Yeah.
You understand? End up winning a thing like. But after this one, make sure you're walking tight during the year. If not, you can't sell nothing. Whatever my sorry.
Is it only performance artist award? What about?
Wonderful.
Producers.
I see some great producers in the house.
Engineers.
Wonderful, wonderful. Good question. No, sorry, not only artist award. And like I said, it's good right questions is asked. Everything doing there in the end, you know, you don't work with people, everything straight. Besides the awards for every category, like I said, from reggae soul, you got a list of everything. Reggae soul, gospel, all these things, male and female. Then you're going down to single of the year. Single of the year is individual artists. You got album of the year. This is the year. This will be 2015. The year album, the year single, the year. For going the whole thing for your category, you could go back 3-4 years, but the year. Now we got best recording studio, but not internationally. Only the studios in Guyana. It's very difficult for us to be judging studios from all around, Guyanese studios from all around the world. They got Guyanese studio, haven't recorded Guyanese artists yet. They got the Indian guy in Jamaica. Tell them, what your name?
Which one?
The guy, man, is connected. What is recording them thing, man?
Jay?
Guy from Blackbush Polo.
Jay.
Jay, yeah.
Jay is that in a big recording
Yeah.
studio the guy got in Jamaica, not little bit, and it's paid Jamaican artists. And he got artists who boss out the studio. Now, if we to look for the best recording studio on international levels, how will we be able to judge this levels? Remember, y'all working with me, this is a teamwork for this discussion. I want y'all to understand why I said when it comes to recording studios only in Guyana.
Okay.
Because of that reason. We got best this Jackie. No, we got a producer award too.
Yeah,
Yes,
recording
right.
studio.
Yeah.
Recording studio.
I could be a producer and work at a man's studio.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
We have the producer award
Yeah.
is internationally.
Yeah, got
But
you.
the studio award is Guyana.
Locally, okay.
It's locally.
Okay. That's okay.
So yeah, the studio award is locally.
Okay.
But the producer award is international.
Okay.
Making sense?
Yeah.
Along with the honorary award, the lifetime achievement award, and so on.
Okay.
You got award Eddie Grant, you got certain people there we be honored.
What about songwriters?
Songwriters.
Because you have performers, but then you
I
have
haven't,
songwriters.
we haven't, right away at the tail of the bat, we didn't look at that.
Okay.
We haven't looked at that. Because certain things to judge, we don't want to get too complicated. Songwriters, like I said again now, that it's so many people, because this is an international award. We gotta know what we're gonna lock out just for Guyana and what we can judge on an international level. These is the two differences we gotta watch at, until as year goes by and things get different. Like we keep finding the right way to do things. But for right now, that's how we're supposed to look at it. But we haven't gone into songwriter category.
I mean, most of the artists are songwriters themselves, so I think you can look at that for future.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Question. For dance performance, like dancing, if you have a dance, can that be part of it?
Yes, we have dance on the show, the actual show at stadium.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, we'll have positions.
Alright, boss. Now I realize that Guyana is a country of many nations, as we're known as.
Right, we know.
So I know that because of politics we separated.
Correct. I
Right?
hear that.
I'm an Indian Guyanese.
Correct.
And Dana and everybody know me.
Yeah, man, I know.
I just bust reggae song, and then I realized that I cannot only sing reggae song to survive in a Guyanese community. I had to do soca, and I had to do chutney.
Yeah.
Now, with my hopes, I go to places where they had chutney award, or the so-called Guyanese award, or so-called Indian award, and reggae award as well. And they say it's a Guyanese award, but they majorly focus on either chutney, either soca, or either reggae. So with the hopes, I'm hoping that we combine everything and don't put, alright, let me say, chutney, alright, here we're going to do it a little orally, push it aside. And do a little soca and push it aside, and we're going to focus on only reggae.
No.
With my hopes, if it's a Guyanese award,
Right. It makes everything blended.
On the major stage, we should have a blend of everything.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Well, chutney,
but I pray the blend too could go according to the popularity of the genre of music. It's good for all the one love for the I say, but the truth about it is that in some categories you can find that the more popular music in the country.
But chutney is one of the things we got to close with reggae, because I know chutney is a big thing in Guyana, and right now they got a lot of chutney songs kicking up. So we got it along with the reggae to coming on to the ending part. You got Indian music and everything, but there would be a long up front and so on. But yes, chutney down the bottom. Chutney is like reggae, chutney is crossover, don't forget.
I think everything belongs to nomination. Because with the nomination, nominates more reggae than chutney, you can't control it. If it
No, we're talking about the actual show, the night of the event.
Yeah.
Now, the night of the event, the producer, the promoter like ourselves, we can set the program, whereas the music blending as the show go along. And not like he said, just gospel, then Indian, then church. You understand? We can blend it like that. We can set it up where it's blend like that. And we do have chutney, like I say, that is a lot work along with the reggae at the end of it.
But it's a good question that I asked. Because,
Wonderful, man. Yeah, man.
Because the value of music creating harmony in the country is an important thing. But I present VIPs. So even the value of the show could represent building the diversity in the country.
Right.
Very important.
Because you know
Good
what?
question.
Politics separate us. Let's music bring us back
Music
together.
bigger than
Yeah,
that.
man.
Music
Yeah,
bigger than that.
Respect that every time.
How many songs an artist doing on stage on that particular day?
Well, we're looking at right now at 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay.
We don't have care if you sing
So you
10
can divide
pieces
the
tune
song-
in
break
10
the song
minutes,
down.
or you sing 3 tunes.
So you can break the
But-
songs down. Verse, chorus.
Yeah, well, it's different saying the artist might want to sing out 2 full tunes and done in 10 minutes. But the next artist was smart, don't know when for pull up which one for thing. You understand?
You
So
piece-
make
piece
sure
up everything
whatever band you're rehearsing
come on
with,
once.
you make sure they come out once.
Once, that's it.
So make sure whatever band you're rehearsing with, make sure they rehearse 2, 3 the thing. So at least you could pull up for can't how the crowd working. We said 10 minutes. Well, we said when you 10 minutes later, the crowd keep hollering. You gotta give you extra 3. This is the rules of the show. Everybody know that. If the crowd keep hollering for you, gotta get extra 3. You gotta bring you back. There's a must. That's rules.
So it doesn't matter. You can do whatever you feel like to do in that 10 minutes. You can start with Indian and after reggae.
And it's because you make I said earlier that an artist could go in more than one category, because I know you sing more than one music. Yes, sir.
So as I said, this is just the Canadian briefing of what's gonna happen. It's more than an international show, but this is the Canadian briefing. In America, sometime
Sunday coming,
Right.
5 o'clock, Sunday in Brooklyn, New York. We have a press
and then
conference with
Europe
all
and
the
all of
artists.
them places.
Then after we're going to deal with that. But Sunday coming, we got artists from Boston, from Albany, Jersey, all of them coming down. Queens, all of them coming in Brooklyn for that. So far about 20 or 20 something. The Guyanese over there. Already line up for that on Sunday.
So for dancing performance, you would have to do the video as well, like to audition, like to show them what you do.
Oh, thanks for that point. On the flyer, we would not be putting, this is the music fest, and you're supposed to be putting pictures. But because now of the amount of artists we have, we don't want to make the pictures them very tiny. So what we're doing instead, we're asking all the artists to make a minute to a minute and a half video for us. So at the bottom of the flyer, this is not a finished flyer, but we just print some to make sure you guys got something to work with. But at the bottom of the flyer, it will say, go to the website and see your favorite artist live. So when you go to the website, that minute that say that you're going to give us, we're going to have it on the site where they can go click and keep checking the live artists instead of just seeing a picture on the flyer. So once you're performing on stage, you feel free for the video, bring the video, and we'll have it showing there. Again, it's promotion for yourself. And also show what we're doing and not just sing. Make sure that Mr. Richard take down your email address and your phone number so that we can be able to get on to you as soon as we start. Like I said, from Sunday will be our first blast out. We'll be starting, you guys know what's going on from there. And like everybody know they have a candy here, you guys got my number, you know my place, feel free at any time. Along with myself, we have 2 members of this promotion right here. I would call him Randolph and Rochi. Yeah, come here. You see? Yeah, come here.
Do you want the bodyguard too? You want the bodyguard too?
Mr. Wilson, the director, Mr. Wilson, I'd like you to come here and use the Canadian director for us on this event. For who familiar with him, you can feel free to get on to answer any question, anything. He get on to me 24 hours a day at any time. And he's full collaborating with the other directors around in the States and Georgetown. Andre is the man who doing our correspondence for us.
All right.
Alright, I must say thanks for this, everybody taking time off this wonderful New Year's Day, which most people just got the little family thing, gathering things happening, and find it interesting. It showed me, it make me feel good, and know that it's not me alone aboard here, but I got others with me. Because from you could show interest here, I know that you're with me, and God knows, like I say, anything you can do to help make this great, professors right here will be willing to accept any knowledge, any word, anything. Any other artists you know of Guyanese that you know we didn't get on to, you guys feel free to get on to them for us. Let them give us a call, let us email us, and we will let them know everything that's happening. So right now, I must say, thanks again for coming out. Feel free, snacks, drinks, take a little bit more y'all. Okay. Oh, 1 minute, please, 1 minute.
So before y'all go, did anybody read the president's New Year's address? Anyway, just want to say, we really meant that unity is strength. And what Enrico said, we really are.
We were separated. Now we are free, yeah. That's the way it should be. You gotta help your father, help your mother, help your brothers, help your sisters, help your neighbors and your friends. We are one people, one nation, one destiny. We are one people, one nation, one destiny. Yeah. We are one people, one nation, one destiny. We are one people, one nation, one destiny.